Hi, I'm Laura Flanders of The Laura Flanders Show, where I interview the best thinkers and doers of our time. On TV, the show premieres Sundays at 11:30 Eastern on PBS World and at the Laura Flanders Show YouTube channel. You can join my guests and me every week there in the live viewing party, and then catch us all week on public television stations. Prefer to listen? Find us on a radio station near you or subscribe to the free podcast. You'll find listings and ways to subscribe at lauraflanders.org. That's also where you'll receive my regular commentaries. I call them the F word. Here's this week's. It takes work to keep people divided, and culture can help or hurt that project. The award-winning documentary Disclosure looks at culture through the lens of how movies and television in this country have represented trans people's lives. And one surprise to me was how early trans characters appeared. A year before the infamous Birth of a Nation, for example, director D.W. Griffiths made Judith of Bethulia, whose cast included a shady kind of comic eunuch wearing dresses and blackface. It shouldn't really have surprised me. Movies in America emerged in the Gilded Age, when instead of a post-war progressive reconstruction, America had reconfigured white male power and concentrated a kind of plantation politics of the kind that preceded the Civil War. Good, bad, black, white, worker, boss, citizen, not. Movies like Griffiths helped underscore who was safe and who was not, and it shouldn't have come as a shock that line crossers who messed with gender were cast as comics or threats. Today, emerging from another Gilded Age, we're reckoning again with our divides, and alongside the racial ones, today's Republicans are obsessed with denying trans people their humanity and health care. Just as they've spent decades controlling women and girls and all bodies black, indigenous, Asian, brown, and poor, states are passing bills to ban healthcare, deny jobs, even ban trans kids the right to play on teams. And perhaps that's because when it comes to our all-important divides, it's our bodies and what Marx would have called our wants, needs, and desires that most commonly lead us to cross borders. Class, race, gender, sexuality, and place. What would shift in our minds and our relations with each other if we put trans lives and perspectives at the center of our culture? In addition to celebrating trans survival and trans courage, the makers of Disclosure none too subtly raise that question. And it's worth thinking about, especially in June, LGBTQ Pride Month. What if we celebrated the borders we cross when we dare to, for love, and felt pride in the crossing? You can see my interview with actress-activist Laverne Cox, Sam Fader, and Amy Scholder, producers of Disclosure, Trans Lives on Screen, this week on The Laura Flanders Show on PBS stations nationwide and on YouTube, or catch it on radio or as a podcast.